This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Roanoke.
And I just realized I said 3, 2, 1 after I restarted the record button, so we'll see if I leave that in or not. Today is what, Will? It's Throwback Thursday, and I say that, so I screwed up trying to give you the spiel here.
Yep,
so
yes,
that's fine. But who do I have here today? We got Mr. Who on the bottom? Below Will. Who's this guy?
It's Roanoke. Did it not record? It's Roanoke.
And what do you do on your channel?
Currently, what I'm doing is basically covering science in video games and movies. The most recent video I released is basically about a brain-eating parasite and also spine-eating and possibly other portions of your nervous system. As it overtakes your entire body, puppets you like a meat suit, and then learns everything about you so that it can move in on your fellow troopers.
All right, hold on. 1 second. I have to show you now.
There he goes.
Chris has left the chat.
He has left the chat. Big F. What is he actually doing? I wonder.
I'm sure he's grabbing the movie.
That's right. He's a Starship Troopers nerd.
Yeah,
I forgot about
super
that.
nerd.
Yeah, that was like 3 hours ago we talked
Yeah.
about that. Unsurprised.
Okay, that settles that. All right.
So he knows all about the brain-eating bug.
Now this one was this guy. This is that movie.
That is that movie.
Yeah, this is the
His
one that you
favorite part
have
of the movie is the private soda. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go look it up.
No, I take it back. That's not the right one. Oh, it's this one. This is the one that's that video. That's that one.
Beautiful.
This is the
hero
weird.
of the Federation.
This is the CGI one, the one that I was telling you about. That is the CGI one. So anyways, that has nothing to do with this podcast, but I had to settle it because we've talked about it like 4 times now, and I've yet to show my collection off, which I like to do frequently on this podcast. Okay. So what are we talking about today for Throwback Thursday is ONI, and it's the only game that I know about from Bungie West, which is a very short-lived division of Bungie in the time between the Mac and the Microsoft acquisition. So I'm going to give you guys some word vomit here, and then I'll let these guys jump in with a couple of opinions, and we'll cut this video short after that. All right, so ONI is a third-person action video game developed by Bungie West, a division of Bungie. Released in 2001, it was Bungie West's only game, allegedly. Gameplay consists of third-person shooting with hand-to-hand combat with focus on the latter. Originally, it was planned for just Mac OS and Windows, but a PlayStation 2 port, lo and behold, did come out. Developed by Rockstar Canada. Game style was largely inspired by Ghost in the Shell, which recently had a really cool video come out in the last, I don't know, what, 5 years with, can't remember which actress it was, but it was a really great movie. Scarlett Johansson.
Lambasted for other reasons.
Yeah, fair enough. We're not going to get into that. The game's style was largely inspired by Cyberpunk as well, Cyberpunk styles. And Roanoke's about to fall asleep in the background here.
Oh, I just fixed my hair.
ONI was originally expected to be released in the 4th quarter of 1999. You know, party like it's 1999, guys. Advertising was targeted towards that shipping date, and the game won E3's Game Critics Awards for Best Action Video Game Adventure Game in 1999. However, it was actually pushed back after it won the award. So the acquisition of Bungie by Microsoft in 2000 led to the transfer of the ONI IP to Take-Two Interactive, which is Rockstar, essentially. And it owned 20% of the studio prior to the acquisition, so it makes a lot of sense. Since Bungie's employees were moving to the new office location in Microsoft's headquarters, they're like, hey, finish this game as quickly as we can and get it out there, which is why multiplayer mode was never actually finished correctly or at all. And I just realized the whole time I'm talking, I could have had video playing and I wasn't, so there's that. But a sequel was planned and canceled for unknown reasons by Angel Studios, which is who eventually wound up with this IP. So, have you guys ever even heard of this game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, isn't it like the the government organization in the Halo games? Yeah, I mean, a lot of the DNA from this game bled into Halo, and it's on their developer commentary where they had to yank the team from this to finish Halo 2, I believe. Or was it Halo? I think it was the first Halo game.
Yeah,
Halo.
for
That
sure
came out in
Halo.
2001.
Yeah, it was the first Halo.
No, I have never heard of this game. And I imagine this was during, well, just prior to Bungie's heyday, because then Bungie now is just a wretched junker with its Destiny 2 lies. Anyways, continue.
Well, you know, Bungie can't count to 3 now either to save their life like Valve. There's no Destiny 3 yet, so.
Well, there's probably a reason for that.
Probably.
You know, what was it? Destiny 1 was a 10-year game, and then Destiny 2 was oh, we fixed everything. Just kidding. We didn't fix anything. It's the same thing. Yeah, okay.
You
A
like
little salty,
Destiny?
Bungie.
Here's more Destiny. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But this game in particular, I would imagine, because it was 1999, 2001 was Halo. They definitely pulled the team, because they were already working on Halo at this point, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they've been working on Halo for years by this point.
Yeah.
What was funny was I actually discovered this game while when we do these Throwback Thursdays, a little look behind the scenes for everybody. I go and I look at every game that came out in a given year, like some multiple of 5 away from the date we're doing it, and then kind of fudge the date a little to make it work. And this game showed up on my radar, and I was like, this is a Bungie game? So I started really doing research into it, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, who would have thought Bungie made a game like this? And it really intrigued me.
Made a game named ONI?
No. A cyberpunk Ghost in the Shell style shooter with like a Japanese art style like this.
Well, have you played their pre-Bungie or pre-Bungie and this pre-Halo games?
Yeah, Marathon.
No, other than Marathon, because Marathon is essentially.
Oh, okay. What about Myst? Are you talking about Myst?
Like Myst, yeah, and whatever came before that, like Centaur or something like that.
Do you mean Pathways into Darkness?
Wasn't there one before that even?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but anyways, Bungie's been a weird company. Like, they're back and forth between Space Marines and just obscure stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. And now back into Destiny, so magic and space combined.
Magic and space. No,
that's I think they made the right decision to focus on Halo, in my personal opinion.
I mean, this looks a lot like a Perfect Dark had more Japanese art style to it.
Yep.
This reminds me of. So
it's definitely a little strange. I'm not really gathering what you're supposed to be doing from any of this, so
that's a fair point.
Supposed to twirl around, guys.
Yeah. What are you hitting them with?
Your crotch? I don't know.
Her fists, man. Can't you tell?
Maybe we should stop asking questions on it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a dead IP at this point. A good question coming out of this is a lot of dead IPs with one-off games exist in the gaming space. Is there anything that had a bright flame that completely fizzled out you guys would want to see come back, like a game like this or something else?
It's a tough question. Destiny. I don't think it's ever going to happen. What was a good game that was a one-off?
I mean, System Shock kind of died.
Got it.
Okay.
Kong. 2006. Kong.
Oh, based off the movie?
Yeah. The Peter Jackson one?
Brilliant game. That was the best game.
Really?
So you guys, you ever play it?
No.
I had it on the PSP.
It was like one of those games that you didn't expect to be good at all, but it turned out to be amazing. So if you ever get the chance, like, I would absolutely recommend playing it. Like, obviously there were some limitations because of, like, you know, the type of hardware it was running on, but no, dude, it was a blast. I don't know how they would make a second game about it, but I'm pretty sure he's dead, but you know.
Oh, spoilers.
You know, it's funny though, like, a lot of movie franchise IPs are really bad, and
they are.
I have some rose-tinted goggles when it comes to the Shrek 2 game, but Wild Stitch Gaming, he totally shut me down with that game. He's like, that game was horrible. I'm like, what? What do you mean it was horrible?
It's got those rose-tinted goggles on, man.
Yeah.
No, dude, this game, if you get the chance, today, I would still recommend playing it. It is fun. Just
not on the PSP though. It was pretty terrible on that.
I mean, dude, it's sort of like the Nintendo Switch, right? Like, it's not going to look as good or play as good or feel as good. So
actually, I want to see them actually put out Scalebound. It never came.
Yeah, that sounded cool. I mean, if you want to go with like IP that just didn't even come out, I mean, there's a bunch. I would like to see the Fable game. I would like to. No, I don't want to see that canceled Halo game where they like turn into the bullet. That sounds so terrible.
This is like a like you own Dragons RPG, but it's like a futuristic Final Fantasy looking thing. I would love to see this game actually come out, but it never did. Probably due to the limitations of the Xbox One hardware at the time.
We had the power of the cloud. The cloud.
You can never shut it off, and if you do, it's basically a brick. Or if you're not on the internet, it's a brick.
Yes.
Oh, Age of Mythology. That's a one-off in the Age of Empires franchise. It was a spin-off, but it was its own thing. They never made an Age of Mythology 2.
Yeah, I know I always bring up this game, but I would like to see a Munch's Odyssey too.
Fair enough.
Yes, but why?
So do you actually
Good.
know what I'm
You could
talking
do
about,
that.
or
I think I've heard. Say it one more
Conker's
time,
Bad
just so
Fur
I
Day.
get-
WTF, guys.
What?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
oh
Conker's
yeah,
Bad-
every rare game. Oh, how about that?
There you go.
Okay, there was one bad rare game I remember, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Every
Oh, I
Kinect,
mean-
every
So
Kinect game.
compelling argument, I know.
Every
Well, I mean,
Kinect
the
game.
Banjo and Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is always
That's pretty bad.
hated on, but I played that before I played the other one, so I didn't think it was as bad.
I mean, there's people that don't like what was that game?
No, I don't like Perfect Dark.
Really? I think the
Yeah.
new one will be good because it'll have some of the core elements of Halo in it, probably.
I hate those games. So when they revealed that game, it was a huge letdown for me.
Well, it was always nice to set the bots on like the hardest level and see if you could actually win, which you couldn't. So
Anyways, anything else you guys want to say about Oni when I'm literally ruining this gameplay footage of Scalebound?
The thing is, like, it's more interesting hearing them talk about it and what they wanted to do with it than the actual game. The game is just meh.
I almost bought this. I looked on eBay for it, but it was too expensive for me to justify a purchase. I was hoping it was gonna be like a $10 to $15 game, and it was like a $50 game.
yeah, now it's a novelty. So it's
Exactly.
like
So I
people
don't.
wanna-
For that exact
Ah.
reason.
I would say this is not something I would play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wanted to play it just for the memes. That was it.
Yeah.
So somebody else who actually wants this game and wants to play it, they should get it instead of me. And they are willing to pay $50 and I'm not. As
This
always.
looks like what Halo looks like in like 1998. Like if you look at the gameplay for the game then, this
Yeah.
is what Halo looked like.
Yeah, but this has the advanced mobility that we didn't get till Halo Reach.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it have sprint?
Probably. They probably took it from this
Yes.
game and added it later.
Lock and sprint. Beautiful.
And now we've just lost Hidden Xperio ever watching this
Exactly.
video. No, I'm
He's
just
like,
kidding.
I was fine until this exact moment.
As always, I'm Chris.
Now, well,
Roanoke.
And we will see you
next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.